Hello guys, how are you?
I'm Hardeep Singh. Welcome back to your own YouTube channel. IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test, and speaking, you got guesswork. Please, guys, participate in everyday listening and reading practice test to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Press the bell icon for the upcoming notifications. Don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, IELTS updates and recent exams.
Part 1.
You will hear a conversation about a New Year's party. First, you have some time to look at your questions 1 to 4. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4. Hi Sam, let's try and get it sorted out today, okay?
Yeah, sure. It's time we started working out details.
Exactly. What should we begin with?
Date.
Okay. When is the best time to hold the New Year's party?
How about the 30th of December?
I'm afraid that's a bit late.
Yeah, the day before.
Fine. 29th of December.
And what about a venue?
In a restaurant? Which restaurant were we in last year?
Let me think. It is Tulip Garden, but I don't think it was a good choice.
Why?
The venue is too small, and we have about 30 people, more than last year.
You're right.
So how about our common room on the second floor?
Great idea.
And then let's think about invitations.
All staff and all students.
How about last year's students?
What do you mean?
I know someone who has graduated already but still stays in the city. He might want to come to next month's graduation ceremony.
Fine. I will confirm the person later.
Right.
How about the cost? £15? Is that okay?
What? 50?
No, 15.
Right.
The next one is the food and drink. In my mind, it's better for us to book them from a restaurant.
Definitely. Which one do you prefer?
How about Tulip Garden?
Okay, and we should choose the menu and pay in advance by deposit. How many days in advance? A week?
A week is not enough. I think at least 7 working days.
Okay.
How much is the deposit?
I'm not sure. Maybe £80?
I think it's a little too much.
£70?
Right. Now look at questions 5 to 10. Now listen and answer the questions 5 to 10. Well, let's talk about the menu.
Yes. Appetizer first. What was it last year?
I remember there was fruit juice and onion soup. Do you want to change?
Yes, I didn't like that soup.
Maybe we can order tomato soup instead of onion soup. Is that okay?
Good.
And the next one is main course.
How about chicken or beef?
I prefer a roast dinner.
Good idea.
And the third one is vegetables.
How about a vegetable salad?
Fine. What vegetables do you prefer?
Carrot and tomato.
Yeah. And potato and corn?
Yes, I like corn. It is good for the eyes.
Really?
Yes.
And pea and onion?
Okay, and how about lettuce and cucumber?
Yes. Ladies usually like that.
That's perfect.
Then for dessert, how about traditional chocolate cake?
Why not? And ice cream?
I think mango pudding is better.
Okay, mango pudding and chocolate cake.
The last one is drinks.
I think almost everyone likes coffee.
Yes. And Sprite and cola?
Fine.
Do you think if we should prepare for some souvenirs?
We can take some photos, print them, and give them to all the people at the end of the party as a memory.
Good idea.
That is the end of part 1.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 2.
You will hear a conversation about a computer centre in campus. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 17. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 17.
Hi, Mary. How are things going?
Fine. And you?
Actually, I'm worried about the computer centre.
What's the matter?
Because I didn't attend the computer centre meeting yesterday.
I can tell you the information about it.
Really? You're so nice.
Well, what do you want to know?
When is the registration time of the computer centre?
It is at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Monday to Friday this week.
Today is Friday, right?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Don't worry. You can register tomorrow morning.
But tomorrow is Saturday.
Yes, on Saturday. The registration time is 9 a.m. to 12 a.m.
That's so great.
Yes.
Do you know where the registration office is?
Yes, room 214 on the second floor of the main building.
240 or 214?
14. And you should take some documents when you go there.
What kind of documents? A fee?
No, we are registered students, so we needn't pay any fee.
Great.
You need to take your student card and one passport photo.
Okay.
And on the meeting, the lecturer told us some rules of the computer centre we have to know.
What kind of rules? Is that very important?
Yes, the first one is the opening hours.
I hope it closes late.
Right, it opens at 9 o'clock as usual and closes at 11 in the evening.
Perfect.
There is no smoking and noise in the computer centre.
Fine. Can I take some snacks?
You can only eat something in the lounge.
Then can I take my bag into the computer centre?
There is a student locker in the lounge. You may put your bag in the locker, so do remember to take a lock.
Fine.
And do not occupy the locker for more than 3 days.
Yes. May I reserve a computer?
Yes, there is a reservation system in the computer centre. You can reserve it 3 days in advance.
Fine. I'd like to know if there is a photocopier or printer in the computer centre.
Of course, on the second floor. But remember to take your student card.
Why?
Because none of the machines take coins.
Fine.
And do not use them 10 minutes before the centre is closed.
All right.
Now look at questions 18 to 20. Now listen to the tape and answer the questions 18 to 20.
Well, can you tell me where the computer centre is? In the main campus?
Do you have a campus map?
No.
Well, I'll draw a map for you. Do you have a pen?
Yes.
Well, this is the entrance, and the first building you can see is the teaching building.
Yes.
On your left is a small bookstore of our university.
Great. I just want to buy some books and CDs.
Then go east and you can see a small gym opposite to the bookstore.
A gym? Does it have a tennis court?
Sorry, I don't know.
Fine.
On the other side is the student union, and there is a lab on the east side of it.
If I want to join some societies, I can go to the students' union, right?
Right.
Oh, does the campus have a parking lot?
Yes, it is near to the lab and not far from the teaching building.
Great. And how about the parking fee?
Sorry, I'm not sure. Maybe £5 per hour?
Okay. And where is the computer centre?
It is opposite the student union, between the library on the left corner and the canteen on your right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
That is the end of part 2.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 3.
You will hear a lecture about student orientation. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 24.
Welcome to the University of Newcastle. I'm Caitlin. Now let's welcome Mr. Sutton to give us an introduction of orientation schedule.
Thanks, Caitlin. Well, welcome to our university. There are 3 parts of the orientation during the next week. The first part is the campus tour. We will organize an orientation tour around the campus. Now, please look at the schedule. On next Monday, we will begin our tour with an introduction to the Student Union. So, please gather at the door of the Student Union at 9 o'clock. After visiting the building first, we will help all students to apply for the Student Union card. So please take one passport photo when you attend the orientation. Usually there are some departments such as a travel agency, insurance, and so on. You can enjoy your lunch in campus, perhaps at the canteen. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we will all visit the library. A lecturer at the library will give you an introduction. How to apply for a library card, how to borrow reference books, and how to use the facilities in the library. As you know, you will spend lots of time in the library for your future studies, so the introduction is very important for you. On Tuesday, we will visit the computer center. All students can get a username and a passport. You can also register your laptop in the center if you have it. There are some rules of the computer center, especially regarding the use of the printer and the photocopier. After lunch, the next station is the sports center. I am sure you will all be very excited about our facilities. There are also many different societies. You can join in any of them according to your interests and apply for a membership. Now look at questions 25 to 30. Now listen carefully and answer the questions 25 to 30. The second part of orientation is course arrangements. You should gather in the auditorium of the West Campus in the morning of Wednesday. The course coordinator or office staff of your facility will introduce you to the course requirements. First, you will get some information and requirements about compulsory courses, and then optional courses. The faculty often gives students some handouts of course introduction and the different assessments of each subject. Students usually get 1 or 2 days to make a decision of optional courses. Of course, I know nearly all students will focus on the assessment. As usual, we have 4 assessments. Attendance is still the first one. We expect at least 80% attendance, and students cannot choose the time. And then all students have to write an assignment, such as an essay. Your personal tutor will give you help for the topic choice, structure, data collecting, and time arrangement, so don't be worried. As a student of the business faculty, all students have to do a presentation, especially group presentations, in which you can train and improve the team spirit. The last assessment is the exam. I know you will all hate it, but you have to attend some exams. Most exams are open book. Isn't it a busy day on Wednesday? You will have a free morning on Tuesday. We hope all students can come to department offices to get a curriculum and hand in your optional course form in the afternoon. The last part of orientation is a party for all new students. The party will be held at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. There is a common room on the 3rd floor in the business faculty building. We will prepare for many delicious foods and drink in there, and it will be a good chance to know your advisors and classmates. Okay, that's the main introduction of orientation. I am sure that you will enjoy it.
Thanks, Mr. Sutton. The next thing.
That is the end of part 3.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 4.
You will hear a lecture about marine life. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
How many fish are in the sea? It's a hot topic for many scientists. Today we have invited a famous scientist who spent 10 years studying marine life to give us an introduction of the latest survey called the Census of Marine Life. Let's welcome Alok Jha.
Thanks, Ella. The Census of Marine Life has been the biggest and most comprehensive attempt ever to answer that question. How many fish are in the world's oceans? The Census of Marine Life, which hopes to indicate a baseline of marine life, estimates that there are more than 230,000 species in the sea. The study covers from coast to the open ocean, from the shallows to the deeps, from little things like microbes to large things such as fish and whales. A team of over 360 scientists from all over the world have spent the past 10 years surveying 25 regions, from the Antarctic through to the temperate and tropical seas to the Arctic, to count the different types of plants and animals. The findings indicate that crustaceans such as lobsters, crabs, krill, and barnacles account for a fifth of the number of species in the world's oceans, and half of the world's marine species is mollusk, squid and octopus, and fish, including sharks. The charismatic species usually used in propagating environmental protection, for example whales, sea lions, turtles, and seabirds, account for less than 2% of the species in the world's oceans. The study has also focused on major fields of concern for conservationists. In every region, they got the same experience of a major collapse of what were usually very abundant fish stocks or crabs or crustaceans that are now only 5 to 10% of what they used to be. The main reasons include overfishing, degraded habitats, and pollution. But more problems are presented. Rising water temperatures and acidification brought by climate change and the growth in areas of the ocean that are low in oxygen and therefore unable to support marine life. The Census of Marine Life shows that enclosed seas, such as the Mediterranean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, China's shells, the Baltic, and the Caribbean, have the most threatened biodiversity. The pollutions in enclosed seas are mainly from chemicals or garbage that people throw into it. Dense coastal populations of humans also tend to be packed along enclosed seas, meaning rising contaminations and extraction of more biodiversity from the water. The Mediterranean Sea, which contains around 17,000 identified species, has been a region with high threat. Scientists in our team studying the Mediterranean identified problems related to increased litter from shipping and munitions across the sea, as well as bombs discharged during the Kosovo War. The Mediterranean also has to face problems with invasive species, displacing the creatures that already live there. The Census of Marine Life shows that the Mediterranean Sea has the most alien species, more than 600, among all the 25 regions that have been surveyed. It looks like the region with coral reefs has always had a very high rate of speciation. It also has a very diverse range of habitats, from the deepest regions of the ocean to large regions of shallow seas which can afford coral reefs. The most diverse regions identified by the Census of Marine Life are around Australian and Japanese waters, which contain more than 30,000 species each, and are among the most biologically diverse in the world. Next in line are the oceans of China, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico. Besides algae and the seabirds and mammals that travel around the sea, viperfish has been regarded as the most cosmopolitan marine creature by the Census of Marine Life. Its presence was recorded in around a quarter of the world's seas.
and for every marine species of all kinds known to science. Scientists of the Census of Marine Life estimate that at least 4 have yet to be discovered. For example, about 70% of species of fish have been discovered, but for most other groups, likely less than 1/3 are known. Our research team has found the number of marine fish species was about 16,764 and was growing at around 100 a year. So scientists estimate that there are almost 22,000 fish species in the world's oceans. The most fruitful potential areas for discovery include the tropics, deep seas, and southern hemisphere. Although most ocean organisms still remain nameless, and their numbers unknown at the end of the Census of Marine Life, we still gained an important and exciting start.
Definitely. That's a great achievement.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks to Alok for giving the amazing information about marine life. Next week we will...
That is the end of part 4.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So guys, don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test and speaking, you got guesswork. Please guys, participate in everyday new IELTS listening and reading practice tests to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. For more IELTS material, visit my official website www.ieltsupdatesandrecentexams.com. The link is given below in the description. If you need PDF files of latest IELTS material, then please join my Telegram channel. So guys, please write your score below the comment section. Again, thanks for listening. God bless you all guys. Stay tuned, stay safe.